second stanza of the national anthem, which we'll adopt as our opening prayer. So I ask that we all rise. Are we reciting or singing? Let's sing, yeah. Because some of us, the singing is in our memory, but to recite, we'll bajarize. So after the count of 3, 1, 2, 3. Oh God of creation, direct our noble cause, guide our leaders right, help us use the truth to know, in love and honesty to grow, and live in just and true. Great lofty heights attain to build a nation where peace and justice shall reign. Thank you very much. You may have your seat. DG staff, members of management staff, today we are gathered for a very important event which the DG has endorsed. It's a presentation of an award from the Center for Ethics and Self-Value Orientation. They are here to present fantastic Director General CEO with an award. A round of applause for this wonderful event. Thank you so much. Before I hand it over the mic to those that are giving the award, let me just try to see if I can do some introduction. Because all the directors, somehow they are themselves, those be looking at it. But first of all, I want to introduce to you the #1 man here in the Institute. He's by name Professor Samson Duna, the Director General Chief Executive. Sir, you're welcome. Incidentally, he's wearing red too. Although it's not Valentine, but every day is Valentine for him. Thank you, sir. Okay, so because of time, I'll just try and see if I can introduce deputy directors and directors here present. Let me start behind. Let me welcome the deputy directors in the admin department, Mr. Domiali. Thank you for coming. We also have Mr. Olufemi. Okay, is he Pastor? Pastor Olufemi Tejumade. Sir, you're welcome. We also have Mr. Lawrence Ajenike. He's the Deputy Director in the Finance and Accounts Department. We have Mrs. Rosemary Omore. She's also Deputy Director in the Admin Department. We have Mrs. Indidi Bidozie, Deputy Director in the CES. Did I miss any Deputy Director? Okay. We have the Head of Internal Audit of the Institute, Mr. Boniface Aja. Welcome, sir. The directors here present, let me introduce Mr. Daniel Makafa. He is the Head of the Consultancy and Social Services Department. Sir, you're welcome. We have Mr. Ignatius Ounsiri. He is the Director in charge of Finance and Accounts. Sir, you're welcome. Am I missing out anybody? Sorry, and then the rest were all wonderful staff of NBRRI. Thank you very much. So now I will call on Salim Mustafa, who's handling the person, to introduce, and then you continue with.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, Professor Samson, and members of your executive team. With you today is a powerful delegation from the Center of Ethics and Self-Value Orientation, a Lokoja-based international anti-corruption NGO that majors in exposing corruption, promoting ethical leadership, and providing ethical education amongst global citizens. The center has 1,500 whistleblowers spread out in all local government areas of the country, and they are saddled with the singular responsibility of annually conducting secret independent assessments of the activities of public officials, individuals, and corporate organizations. And we do this with the massive distribution of questionnaires. We conduct opinion polls, interviewing of the informats. We also do budget tracking, project sites visitation without the consent of our subject of assessment. And with all of this, we are well equipped to know who does what, where, how, and perhaps we have been found amongst a few. The executive director of the center is the founder of the Nigerian Youth Parliament, which is fully operational in all 36 states of the country and is funded by the federal government. He is the recipient of the Prime Minister of Malaysia International Youth Service Award, and that is due to his youth mentorship and, of course, fight against corruption in Africa. He has served as a special assistant to the former governor of Kogi State, Alhaji Ibrahim Idris, on youth participation, ethics, and value orientation. He has also served as senior special assistant to the immediate past governor of Kogi State, Captain Ichala Wada, and of course he served as research strategy and documentation. He is also a member of Kogi State Child Right Law Implementation Committee, and he is also a crown prince from NBRRI Kingdom in Kogi State. And today he doubles as the executive director of the center. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you ethicist Prince Salih Musa Yakubu. Thank you for making him welcome. And just sitting by his left is Ethics Ambassador Abdulmalik Shuaibu, and he's the personal assistant to the executive director. And my humble self, Ethics Ambassador Mono Balagobo. I'm the head of corporate affairs. Thank you so much. We won't like to waste your time. I'd like to make welcome the executive director for his mission statement. So please make him welcome. Thank you.
Good morning, the Director General of this reputable and very highly rated institution of government, members of the core management team, distinguished staff, ladies and gentlemen, we're here this morning to conduct a very brief rituals of presentations. The type of rituals we have come to perform here this morning is that type that have been specifically designed only for public officials or citizens whose conduct or public conduct or service delivery to Nigerians may have been secretly investigated, analyzed, dissected, and the resultant effects could be what made us to come here today. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, this is a country that was formally designed to be developed in 1985. And by that aspiration, we are to, as a country, we're supposed to have emerged a developed nation in 1985. Could you imagine how many decades after 1985? But because of our leadership failure or leadership deficits, occasioned by lack of self-values, we are where we are today. How far we can go, we have not gone. That vision of our heroes past that also have been consolidated in 21st century have become a dream in futility. What our so-called leaders ought to see, they have not seen. And today, we are made a retarded nation with a crawling economy among Committee of Nations of the world. What was responsible for this? Corruption, bad leadership, misgovernance, nepotism, tribalism, and all forms of corruption in our system. We live in a country that celebrates mediocrity in place of integrity. People who stand to do justice and do the right things in our society are either going to be made to remain stunted, career-wise, or relegated to the background. Even though I am a crown prince with the royal blood in me, I am also aware, as an anti-corruption crusader, that we now live in a country where our traditional rulers, without apology, have become morally bankrupt and also criminals. Chieftaincy titles can only be given to the highest bidders. How much you steal in government makes you a chieftaincy title holders in your communities and a celebrity in your communities. The purpose for the creation of the National Merit Act of the federal government of Nigeria was to reward Nigerians whose mental prowess, research, innovations may have added value to our national development and growth. From our findings as secret monitors and investigators, over 70% of the current title of our national merit honors are criminals, some of whom have several issues to answer before various anti-graft agencies in our country. But they have conferred on them MFR, OON, all titles that are meant for people that have impacted and added value to our national development and growth are being given to them today. I am the recipient of Prime Minister of Malaysia International Youth Service Award, an award that has some benefits for 20 years. I am qualified by this same award to go to Malaysia from any part of the world I want, with any Malaysian airline, stay in any 5-star hotel, and above all, eat the best I want to eat, free of charge. I still have about 12 or 30 years still left, and I am proud to be the first young African man to have been honored by such an international honor up to today. Today we are resolute and we are passionately committed that unless and until corruption is no more in our hand, we shall not rest on our horse. We have the capacity, the vitality, the dexterity, and the compassion in us, raising armies of future leaders today. We have founded Nigerian Youth Parliament, now structured in all the states of the Federation. And through our youthful mentorship, we have produced members of the State Houses of Assembly in many states of the Federation today. We have produced members of House of Representatives. We have produced, through our mentorship, we have produced speakers of State Assembly in this country, and even local government council chairmen, with documented evidences and names, some of whom are impacting globally in terms of leadership. And through these armies of young and upcoming future leaders, we are ready to bring every criminal on their nails until this country is sanitized for the good of generation yet unborn. We live in a country where the Nigerian legal system permits a public officer to steal. How? Steal government money. If you have your smart way of escaping, you are free. But if you are caught, you still have another privilege in the name of what we call the plea bargain. You have stolen 100 million, you have squandered 30 million, you are left with 70 million, and you can negotiate to return the remaining one. The legal system of our country permits it. In this same country, our legal system also gives a power to an Attorney General of a federation and of a state by law to terminate any case in any court of law. Even if he doesn't care to give any justification for it, the legal system permits it. And this is how we have had a lot of series of corrupt matters in several courts in our country today outrightly terminated. It comes from this power of an attorney, conferred by our Constitution. One of the typical examples was the case of James Ibori, the former governor of Delta State. Ran away from EFCC arrest, arrested in Dubai, extradited to UK. His trial was ongoing in a foreign land when the former Minister of Justice shamelessly announced before the world the termination of his case and withdrawal of his case by the federal government. The same person whose cases were withdrawn, sentenced to 4 years jail in the UK, he came back to this country. From our secret investigation, a sum of 200 million was spent by Delta State government to welcome the thief into our country. Only in our country is possible. No way. In this country, a former governor, in the course of his trial in the court of law, slumped and fainted. And having fainted, having accepted that the sum of 10 billion naira ecological funds that was meant to control the ecological problem of his state was diverted to fund the second term election of a former president of our country. In this same country, when that confession was made, the same former president became suddenly a Mr. Literwriter, portraying himself as a saint in our country. The same man, former governor, under this trial with this confession, ended up being elected as a senator of the Federal Republic. Behold, a former member Senate Committee on Public Accounts. Hello? That is our country. Before Nuhu Ribadu left EFCC many years ago, the amount of money we discovered through our secret investigation that was totally minimally was $400 billion US. And we went into research. Which part of the world was such money ever expended on public infrastructure? We cannot see. Behold, the Western Europe. What about the Western Europe? After the Second World War in 1945, the amount of money that was voted by US Congress Act of 1946 was a quarter of $400 billion US stolen by thieves in our country. Some of them are chieftaincy title holders today, or National Merit Honors Awards. Hello? In 2019, we released our Corruption Perception Index. 5 government agencies were released, named and shamed. Our release in 2019 was corroborated by the release of Bureau of Statistics in 2020 release of Corruption Perception Index in our country. The first, the Nigerian Police Force. Even the pregnant woman with a child in the womb, the child in the mother's womb, knew Nigerian police as the most corrupt entity in our country. Number 2, legislature. The Senate and the House of Reps and State Houses of Assembly, who were given the constitutional power of oversight over other arms of government and control of public funds. They have used the instruments of the oversight to intimidate chief executive of government agencies. Any of them that become defiant to their demands is being subjected to public ridicule in the name of public hearing, or what we call the budget defense. That's number 2. Number 3, permanent secretaries are directors of federal and state ministries. These ones are those that teach political leadership how to steal public funds. They are the ones that teach the DGs of government agencies how money can be stolen. So we put our eyes on you. They are responsible for the endemic and systemic corruption that have continued to permeate every sector of our economy today. So our eyes are on them. They either repent, change, or we face ourselves. How we do it is our business. Number 4, lecturers of our tertiary institutions. The generational carryover of corruption and sustainability of corruption today is as a result of the compromise of our lecturers. 70 to 75% of the graduates turned into the economy have passed through different stages of corruption while they study in the universities and our tertiary institutions. And so they want to continue. And so corruption has refused to stop. Number 5, the judiciary. Remember, when the citadel of justice is corrupt, the body policy definitely becomes contaminated. It's no longer the hope of a common man. Every institution I have mentioned here, we have no apology for it. We talk to powers from the presidency to any level in our country. We refuse to pretend. We have continued to pretend our country is getting bad. Recently, fuel was imported into our country by a cabal, adulterated and contaminated. There is a compromise of directors in some ministries. We are on them. And very soon we are going to name and shame individuals that were responsible to bring our economy to a halt, causing pains and injuries to our citizens. So you need to hear this, so that you don't sit down on your own and say, these people are packaged to be here. Your DG is too small to package this group to come and do the work here. Hello? It is here, I'm saying it. We arrived here yesterday, we launched ourselves. We fueled our car. Hello? We fed ourselves. Did you know where we slept? No. Even if you want to offer us accommodation as at yesterday we come, we'll tell you sorry. We are okay for now. We will not want to see you until we are done with what we want to do. That's our style. This is a separate investigative organization. So nobody should leave here with any impression that somebody is being managed to be here. This is not the kind of group. Visiting public thieves with accolades. We must have evidences of our investigation. If you have found one thing, we will go quiet and we will begin. Hello? But if you impress us, anywhere you hide, we'll locate you. He tried to escape from this presentation today. There's nothing he has not done. But we told him, sir, if you don't want it this way, at the point he got provoked. How do you want me to deal with you when you have no identity? Hello? But we have our way to also ensure that we believe in what we are talking about. See, this is one of the government agencies that do not do too much of publicity. Hello? But go to North and South. The impact of this agency is felt everywhere. So we don't care how big you are. There are one of the ministry of government that have the largest parastatals is Ministry of Science and Technology, followed by Ministry of Agriculture, then Education. So you're not the only one. Am I right? We told him we will come. The date we asked that we should come, you have escaped it, but we will come. We are coming. We disembark from far away Lagos to make sure we meet up today to be here. So this is the level we go. The sophistication with which we carry out our function. We have had professors that have become part of this problem of our country, not a solution-making process. Hello? And we live in a country where gray hairs that's supposed to be a symbol of mental productivity, in most cases have become a symbol of mental stupidity. But here we are with a professor. I have not counted his gray hair yet, but this gray hair of his, no matter the quantum, is a quality one. And is a man, I hereby, on behalf of the management of the center, declared a Solomon of wisdom. He has shown character, simplicity to leadership. We're not just out exposing corruption. This center, since 2018, having done the research that we must not be interested in exposing corruption alone, we have to build capacity against corruption. 19,000 public servants have been trained by this center for the past 2.5 years. Amongst them are 7,000 lecturers of federally owned tertiary institutions in Nigeria. Hello? So that's how far. So how many NGOs can give you this profile? And we are still on. So by doing this, we are equally tackling corruption. Because we are creating awareness and building capacity against corruption. In view of this, I hereby declare as follows. That the national or Nigerian Building and Road Research Institute is hereby declared by this center today. We have existed in Nigeria for 15 years, holding leaders accountable to Nigerian citizens. We have done similar investigation in this particular institute. Well, we are not convinced. This is the first time we are convinced to declare your institute amongst having investigated 120 federal MDs in the country in 16 months. Is hereby declared amongst the top 20 least corrupt and most ethically responsible federal agencies. We owe nobody for this declaration an apology. If you want to challenge us, meet us, we'll give you evidences, facts, documented, not even documented, recorded in the memory. We have interacted with your contractors on the field. For your information, north, southwest. And we can tell you where your project is going on now, right away. Even though budget release have not started coming in yet. Am I right?
Yes.
Not even that alone. This institute scored the highest among all the parastatals in the Ministry of Science and Technology and declared first position overall. Number 2, we have found this man, the DG, his civility, public accessibility attitude, innovation in leadership, the passion, his civility. This is a man that has turned himself a follower and at the same time a leader. Accessible to every human being. Simple and highly civilized. Not the local champions we have as our DGCs of agencies, barricading themselves for people they are meant to serve. He doesn't belong to that class. He made himself accessible. And that accessibility is one of the things that God Almighty also wants. Because God is most accessible. This is why you can access God and get whatever you want from God without seeing Him physically. Thank you for demonstrating this confidence. And on that basis, we are conferring on you today our most cherished, highest honorific title in the world. You are hereby qualified to be conferred with our highest honorific title of Integrity Icon of Nigeria, IIOM. We will not do this alone. Because of your conduct, you have been investigated in the following thematics. 1, office attendance. 2, public accessibility. 3, emotional intelligence. 4, cervical compliance. 5, due process application. 6, Public Procurement Act compliance. Furthermore, federal character compliance. Furthermore, tax management skills. Furthermore, past antecedent. We have traced you where you come from before you become a DGO. And the story is still the same. You have maintained decades of sustainable integrity among your peers. And in saying this, what we are saying here today is in concomitant with one of the fundamental hadiths of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. I am a comparative religious researcher. Christendom, we are there. Hello? Islam, we there. Hello? Traditional religion. I am a crown prince. So I'm a product of a palace and a culture. Now know what I'm saying? What we want to do here today is in accordance with one of the fundamental hadiths of the prophet that says, "Men lem yashkur nas, lem yashkurullah." That implies he that do not appreciate people do not appreciate God. And when the Bible says, when the Lord created men, he made them the likeness of God. Am I right? If a man is created in God likeness, God is good. But when you are a human being and you derail from God's principle, I am ethically qualified also to declare you a satanic image. Because what is bad is of devil. Thank you for living up to that biblical inscription. You are truly God image. Because your attitude has demonstrated that. We will issue to you in your name today an ethical leadership and conduct compliance certificate because of your attitude as the DG of this institute. We also believe that what we saw being done on the field, in terms of who is the director in charge of, I don't know, is it project, is it monitoring, how do you call it? Where them they now? I mean, who is that person, please? I beg. Come and give me a shake. Please, not this my hand with her. God bless you. We don't have us in cookie things, so no problem. We will shake. What happens now? Hello? Yes. I know that department passed through her in the hands of contractors very well. Hello? And you know, in summary, we are impressed by the work of the directorates of this institute. And on that basis, we are presenting to all the directors who form the management of this institute our professional ethics compliance certificate. The DG alone wouldn't have achieved what he has achieved without the quality partnership with the heads of the directorate. Am I right? Yes. Because you are the one that can make him or her. You can facilitate his work if you so desire. And for you not to have derailed as professionals in your various field, we also owe you a very special thank you all. In conclusion, for the first time in our history, we will issue to this institute our corporate certificate of credence that qualifies its first position on our. Finally, impressed by what we saw, we hereby announce here before you all that between 50 and 100 staff of this institute shall be trained for 2 days on expected ethical conduct and leadership in the workplace. We will be responsible for 70% of the liability of the training. Later tonight, effect will also be given to you. So that you don't just, we come here to affect service delivery here, not to make mouths. Having presented our facts and figures, both in documents and also with us, we will also want to add value here so that the workers who are working here should key into the vision of the management. This is the way it should go. And between now and 30th of April, you give the dates. The choice is yours. If you have up to 100 staff, so be it. If you have lesser than that, that is your business. But the benchmark is not less than 50 and not above 100. And if you don't have staff up to this number, then you can go to your sister or mother ministry and borrow some staff from there. So that you can also use the opportunity we are giving you to add value to them because it's still the same thing. You have extra. God bless you, sir. Depends on this note, I hereby invite us to rise while we conduct the rituals that brought us here today. May we be on our feet. First. Today, it is my honor and privilege that on behalf of the Center for Ethics, I am presenting 2 gold medals. 2 gold medals. One is won by this institute, declared as a gold medalist institute among its peers. And the second one is to the Prof, the DG himself. I hereby declared the DG of this institute a gold medalist in public administration. Amen. Furthermore, I also have the privilege to declare this institute out of the 20 institutes. Only 5 of them won our gold medal because they have scored above our benchmark of 70%. But in your case, you have not scored above 80%. On that note, I hereby present this medal to the institute, declaring it publicly here a gold medalist institute among its peers. Furthermore, the title that will be bestowed on him today, for information, for those that cares to know, we have honored this similar way. His Imperial Majesty Oba Adeyemi, they are alive in your kingdom. Yes. This is a man who turned federal government's merit honors down 4 times. The Right Honorable Speaker Femi Gbajabiamila had been honored. He has also turned national merit honors 3 times. We have honored him with this. His Excellency Chief Emeka Anyaoku, the former Commonwealth Secretary General, have been honored by this center with this similar way. The like of Dr. Aruma Otte, immediate past World Bank Vice President and Treasurer of World Bank, have been honored by this center. Are we jokers? No. May you not derail. Should you derail, we will call a press conference and withdraw our title on you. That will not be your portion. Sir, it might take the grace of God for any man to reach the peak of leadership in life, but it takes character for your sustainability. You are a man whose character and conduct is highly distinguishable among your peers. We hereby confer on you today, Your Excellency, Integrity Icon of Nigeria, IION. And because many are bearing fake titles, we are giving this title to a prof in an academic field and who is also demonstrating that professionalism here. This title conferred on you today is hereby officially backed up with a letter of authority that permits you, Professor, your name, and after your name, insertion of IION. Here is a letter of authority that will stand to defend anywhere in the world. Congratulations. Once again, Professor Samson Duna, IION, is hereby having his character rated at 77% and is hereby issued our Ethical Conduct and Leadership Compliance Certificate. Congratulations, sir. Furthermore, Corporate Certificate of Credence is hereby issued to National Building and Road Research Institute, Nigeria Building and Road Research Institute, having cumulatively scored a total of 83%, first in category D of our assessment criteria, is hereby presented with a Corporate Certificate of Credence as an entry. This document belongs to the institute. Whether you are here or not, it's a property of the institute, won by your administration. I have just made a proclamation that 100 slots is granted to this institute. It is hereby backed up with a letter of intent. In this letter, where we have trained in Nigeria, the list is here. You can do your research and investigation. We want to be investigated too. Hello? Number 2, topics for you to choose from is already given. Our responsibility covering 70% and your role covering 30% are all indicated here. If you don't expeditiously choose your dates, sorry, you may not have a space that's left. only 10. 200 agencies were targeted in 2018, and we are done with only 10 remaining. And these 10, we must conclude them on before 30th of April. Please choose your date as is convenient to you. Where are we doing it? Here. God bless you. So you can go back to seat. Next person, Mr. Jude Uloma Yunis, Director A and P. Anyone who is not here, I go with my documents. All right, ma'am. Thank you.
She's presenting that.
You have already charmed me. If not, you have charmed me already. Before I even make that pronouncement, she's already coming out. Madam, thank you. You make me to break my principles. All right. Coronation. Professional ethics compliance award. Dr. Chuka Osadebe, Director RRD.
Ota.
Ota.
He's a director in Ota. Somebody should come and present it. Who are the research people? Okay. Oh, yes.
Thank you very much. So it's in Ota. You can see far away.
Yes.
And his name is ringing bell here. Congratulations. Next person, Olu Siri Ignatius Sunday. Congratulations. Thank you for your service to humanity. Thank you for being a true professional, your friend. Congratulations. The next person, Makaba Daniel O. Director. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
For your ruggedity in public service. Congratulations, sir. Next person, Arabi Kehinde Paul, Director of PIT.
Daniel.
Congratulations, sir. God bless you. The next person, Dr. Suleiman Nureni Adeyinka. Congratulations, sir. God bless you. Thank you, sir. The next person, Ape Friday Ichifu. Again?
Yes, head of the department.
Thank you, sir. Congratulations. Wow, some people carrying our awards today. Then tell us, Sally Ukuman. TPRN. Thank you very much. I can't wait to see you becoming the director of our grace of God. Say Amino. Thank you very much. Thank you. Portable but big in efficiency.
I'm telling you.
Mahmoud Ocholi, head SLT. Tell what people. Okay, thank you, sir. Let me not say anything else. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. On this note, I want to say congratulations to you all. Please, you don't know us, we don't know you. God is our witness. What connects us is your service to humanity. And may you not delay. This is just to encourage you to do more. We'll keep watching others and watch you as we go on. 2 years after this award, we'll do a review of this conferment to you. How we will get to know the indicators of your character transformation here is our business. We don't just give it to you. 2 years, we'll do it again. And how we are going to get it, you will know. God bless you all for your attention. I love you all. Thank you.
Thank you. Another round of applause for the Executive Director and the Prince himself. Thank you very much for the presentation. We're so grateful. Before the DG will respond, DG, they said they have whistleblowers. And I'm sure probably one, but I'm just wondering who is the whistleblower. Maybe it's Mr. Tony. On that note, sir, will you come and give your response to this wonderful award? The DG, sir, a round of applause for him.
Thank you. Our executive director, the prince himself. You know, when a prince speaks, you find it very difficult to put into his shoes he is speaking. He's an orator, he speaks very well. I wish these are the people we can vote into office. Isn't it? Listen, because practically, I know he's someone that has a big heart and he can touch lives. The PA to the executive director, Mr. Abdul Malik, and no, is it Abdul Malik?
Yes.
I'm right. The head of corporate affairs, my humble friend, management and entire staff of NBRRI. Can I say good afternoon, everybody? I don't know where to start because I'm sincerely speaking very, very happy. I'm really touched by some of the comments that was made by the head of the center. Let me briefly take you a little bit of memory lane. When they contacted me at the beginning, I vehemently refused to discuss with them. I said, I have no business with you. You say you want to give award for what? What did I do? You know, I'm not a keen type of such award. I don't believe in it. All I know is that let us work and get results. That has been my goal. An idea of working to get results, don't destroy a system before you get your result. You're not getting results. Ensure that the system is still intact and you get results while managing the system. That has been my approach. What do I mean by destroying the system? The people you are working with. At least work with a human face. Reduce the difference between big man and a small person. Create an environment for someone to work and you get the best from it. That's why you see sometimes it can be on me. I try to know almost every staff in the institute by name. By name, I will stay on your table, greet you, crack joke before I move. Why? Because I'm trying to remove this barrier of big manism, create an environment so that I'll get the best from the staff. That is the idea behind it. And just of recent, we created what we call NBRRI Day, where staff will have the opportunity to speak with the DG one-on-one. Only the two of us in the room. It's coming up in April. Every staff will be given at least 3 to 5 minutes. Go to the office, sit down with your DG, tell him your concept about the institute and what you think can be done. What do you think can be put in place differently so that the institute will move? That avenue is still there. We made it in April because it coincides with the day NBRRI was established. NBRRI was established in April and one institution whereby every staff will have the opportunity of bringing up his mind, and everybody has things to offer. It's just the opportunity is not there. So that idea is still coming. So I'm giving you a story. When the center contacted me, I vehemently refused. I said, I'm not interested. The head of the corporate affairs need to send a very tough text to me. Then I said, who is this man sending a text without fear? Then I said, let me respond to some extent. I drafted maybe half a full page for him also. I said, let me just give him in his own way of saying, I'm trying to retaliate. Then afterwards, seems like 6-7 hours. Then he responded again. He said, you did not beg for this title. You merited this title because of the fact that some indices has been done and you have been found to be okay. Then I started thinking, is it true that someone somewhere can assess you and say you have passed? Do we have somebody in the country? Because the impression we have is that everything bounces on money. We have seen a lot of NGOs at the end, it's money they are looking for. But I want to assure you that these people have not seen them. I don't know anything about them. I drag my feet to even letting them to come here. I did not open my arms to welcome them until when they felt I'm frustrating their effort. The first day has passed as he had. They fixed the date, second day, I refused. Then when I discovered that they are a little bit pushful, I said, maybe these people are genuine. People cannot be genuine with idea like this, and they are the one insisting, and I'm the one dragging my feet. When I responded, then automatically we agreed on Tuesday. Then the Tuesday he said, no, let it be Wednesday when I called yesterday. But the idea I'm trying to tell you is that if you look at it, you can see they are coming to train us. Look at the concept. Most of these NGOs, when it comes, it's like a one-way traffic. It's going from the institute to them as appreciation or any other name you can call it. But you can see they are bringing something where on the table to train us. It goes to tell us that there is a body somewhere that is still assessing what we are doing. From the way we welcome visitors as they come in, from the way a visitor's mail is received, from the way the mails are treated, to the extent of payment, which is very, very important. I always appeal to all of us that no matter what the situation, do your best and forget the rest. If a contractor wants to thank you later after his payment has been done, that is different. He can thank you. The idea of sitting down, calling a contractor, please, your file is before me, and so on, this should not be here from NBRRI. That we try to abuse that from our mind. And I want to assure you that 90 to almost 90-something% of the contractors, when they put in their letter, all they hear is alert in their account. Nobody I love saying that you drop money before you file, we don't know this one in NBRRI. That I want to assure. And I'm happy to inform us that there is no single local government. You cannot come across any local government without the impact of NBRRI in Nigeria. All Nigeria, the impact of NBRRI is felt everywhere. There is no local government that has no impact of NBRRI. Even Dika's local government, Borno, people don't want to go to Borno. Borno, where Boko Haram is going to go. Dika's local government, even in Zimbabwe. There is NBRRI, I want to tell you. There is no local government that NBRRI is not felt. We have done quite a lot in the area of training of artisans. We have done in the area of building collabs. We have done quite in the area of research. And we are still doing in terms of consistency projects. We normally hear that some institute will share money and the project is not executed. I don't see a possibility of doing that in NBRRI. I say, how can you share the money? How? We don't do that. We believe that has never been, and will never be partakers in this aspect. You have given us an award, and the award is in different categories. The heads were all acknowledged. All the directors and the head of department were acknowledged and given a letter, a certificate. The institute, the highest body, is also given a certificate, which everybody is involved. And the DG is also given an award. This is to say, we are now mirror to the entire society. People look at NBRRI. They want to see, are we really moving? I told you when you go to ministry, everything they will say is NBRRI, NBRRI, NBRRI. Anytime I go for meeting, another will tell you. As I enter, they say DG, the super DG has coming. I said, why super DG? Say no, when NBRRI. And the good thing is that when we speak in NBRRI, it's like we have drawn a line with respect to every discussion. So NBRRI has been doing well. I want to use this opportunity to thank the entire staff. I'm proud of the staff of NBRRI. You are doing well, and you are continuing to do well. And I, as the chief executive, anything that I will do, not breaking the law, to ensure that the system continues to be impactful and to be result-oriented, that I want to assure you I will continue to do. I will still appeal to all of us. This is where we earn our living. We feed our family from here. Our children give their school fees from here. And anything we do, this is where we do. And if you look at the productive hours, from 8 o'clock in the morning to 7 in the evening, this we call it the productive hours. And from 8 to 4, within the productive hours, 80% of the time you are spending in the office. It goes to tell us that let's make our working environment good. Let's work with good working relationship. Issue of fighting, exchanging of ideas that is bad, trying to cause problems should not be part of our lives. We come to meet, we come to depart, just a matter of some years. No matter what the situation is, your working partner is your closest relations you can work with. Let's make good out of what we have. Let's put in our best to earn the respect that we have. The name has been there. They are coming to evaluate us after 2 years. We hope that we believe that we will not be found wanting after 2 years. Let's maintain what we are known for, the integrity, the good things we've been doing. And I want to assure you that we at the management will ensure that we do the right thing so that everything continues to work perfectly. So in conclusion, our guests, we thank you for coming. And I believe the good thing you are doing, continue doing it. Anything you feel from the institute point of view, we can do to ensure that your work is encouraged, please let us know so that we key in. It's not easy how you people get this. You are not under any salary, and you came all the way from Lagos to come here. We came from different locations, but at the end, all of you are in Abuja. I was just saying itinerary that you are leaving the hotel by 10:30. It goes to tell me that they are not within Abuja because they are leaving the hotel by 10:30 to come to NBRRI. So once again, it's not easy as I said, but anything that you feel that we can come in to ensure that we work together. Not necessarily trying to say we are trying to bribe you, we'll never bribe you, but to serve as encouragement. Let's work as corporate body to show that you discharge your responsibility in a way that it will be encouraged. I think we'll be very much delighted to fall in with you so that you get your result. So once again, thank you, and I wish you success in your endeavors. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. A round of applause for our dynamic DG for that wonderful response. Sir, the only person I know who won 2 straight gold medals in an event is the man named Carl Lewis. So today we have another Carl Lewis. And to add to that, you are going to surpass Carl Lewis today, sir. Because right now, another gold medal will be presented to you. Right now. Please just crave your indulgence. The Regan officials from the Institute are here also, and they want to also make you another wonderful presentation. I'd like to call on Mr. Amos Tabi to come and do the presentation.
Good morning, my indefatigable DG, our guests, NBRRI directors, deputy directors, all staff present. I say we because I'm speaking on behalf of the sport committee, the chairman of the sport committee of the institute, Mr. Gani Olawa, he is the secretary, and we have other members. But right now here we are three representing the sport committee, and we are here on behalf of Regan. Regan means Research Institute Games Association of Nigeria. And Regan was formed by Council of Director of Research Institute. That apart from the academic work, the research work, there should be a forum where the brains can come together and fellowship together through sports, have time, wine together, exchange pleasantries, and make friends. So Regan currently is headed by Professor O.F. Owolade of Obafemi Awolowo University in the Ife, but based in Ibadan, under the Institute of Agricultural Research, Ibadan. So the Research Institute Games is actually meant to bring all research institutes together. And currently we have research institutes in various ministries, not just science and technology. We have research institutes in various ministries of federal ministries. And NBRRI is a member of Regan in the Ministry of Science, Technology, and Innovation. And NBRRI hosted the 16th edition of Regan Games at Ogun State. under our able DG, Professor Samson Tuna. And it was adjudged to be the best Regan Games so far. And the 17th edition of Regan Games is coming up between 11th to 20th of March to be hosted by Raw Material Research and Development Council here in Abuja at the Moshood Abiola National Stadium. It is in view of this that the Regan President has mandated us in the last council meeting to present the games poster and the stickers for the game, 2021 game, to our DG and the entire management and staff of NBRRI. Sir, we want to present 2021 Regan Games poster and sticker to you, inviting NBRRI and also in recognition that NBRRI has played a great role in the activities of Regan, and therefore, this 2021 game, NBRRI must create a big impact in the game, and therefore we're presenting the sticker and the poster to you on behalf of Regan President, Professor O.F. Owolade. This is poster for the game, 2021 Regan game, and so this is the poster.
Makaba, come. You collect it. So you can see the poster is out. We expect gold medals to be won by NBRRI as usual. Yeah, so don't forget, a lot of games will be coming. Makaba will do more announcement later.
There's a sticker for the game that we can put on your doors,
Okay.
your cars.
We can put it on our doors. Tony, yes, where are you from? So Makaba, share this one. At least the DG's door should have this. So anybody coming, at least it's an advert.
So also in recognition of the successful hosting of the 16th edition of Regan Games Festival, on behalf of Professor O.F. Owolade, sir, I want to present this medal to you as we want to present this medal to you as the patron, life patron of Regan.
Life petrol. Wow.
So we want to thank the DG for the opportunity given to us, sport committee, to serve as council members and members of the sport committee of this institute. And we are assuring the DG that NBRRI is going for gold. We are going there to make sure that we bring honor to the institute through sport and be good ambassadors of the institute. Thank you and God bless you, sir.
Let me briefly respond to that. I want to start by appreciating the council members of Regan. I'm referring to Mr. Emos Tabi and Mr. Ganiu Lawa. The two of them have been representing NBRRI in Regan Council, and they've been doing well. I want to thank you for good representation. I want to inform you again that the management have received your budget with respect to Regan Games coming up on the 11th. Today or tomorrow, the management will sit today. Please, immediately after, all management staff should come for emergency management meeting. Let's look at the request and see what to approve so that money will be released and medal should be gotten in return of this money release. They have made a request, and you know, there is no game that will go without money. They need money to prepare, to buy the gadgets and other things. They've made a wonderful request. Let's put our heads together, look at it from the management point of view, and money will be made available. I want to appeal to staff of NBRRI. Please, don't be a looker, be a partaker. There are different categories of games, different ones. There is the veteran type. The veteran type are the people that have hung their boot. You are tired from what is the age of the veteran? 50 and above. People like Wutri, which games are you start with Wutri? Wutri is our director of finance. You said you are good in draft.
He didn't tell me before now, but I think it's just to come and tell us thank you. I will join the DG and the entire staff of NBRRI to welcome the management team of Center for Ethics and Self-Value Orientation to NBRRI. The recognition you have given to the Institute today is a sign and it's a task for us to do more. Whatever area it is that we have not done, put in our best, I think you are telling us to go and put in our best. 2 years time when you are coming, we hope to have scored 100%. It's not impossible. So we want to thank you for this recognition. Actually, I will join the DG to say that we have had a lot of letters like this flying in to the Institute. And once a meeting sit out to a director, the person will now come and say, just keep it. I think I should still have like 2 or 3 that are there. So just keep it. They are looking for money. And unfortunately, I think we have made a friend with a genuine and an authentic group that if we were just here working, I really don't know how they got the names. So after the meeting, we'll be meeting you to correct some names. We'll just meet you so that you add one and you correct the another. That is to tell you that the actual